Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing a controller that brings back GameCube memories, the NYXI Warrior. It's a wireless, it's worked with Switch, PC, GameCube, and even the Wii, and it sells about at 69 USD dollar. It has all effect sticks, gyro, programmable back button, and even adjustable trigger. But is it a real alternative to the Nintendo Pro Controller or just a fun retro toy? Let's find out. In the box, you get the controller. This one is indigo purple. You're getting two USB-A to USB-C cable, a wireless dongle for your GameCube, a second C-stick, circular stick ring if you don't like the octagonal ones, and a backplate if you want to remove the rear button. The controller feels great. It's a bit wider and heavier than a real GameCube controller, around 241 grams, but the build feels solid and high quality. The materials are solid. The ABXY and D-pad use clicky micro switches, so no soft button or mushy button. Some people love that responsive feeling like me, others might find it too loud. The D-pad is smooth and works great for fighting games. It's better than the teeny D-pad on the original GameCube, but again, I know some people also don't like that. They really like the normal D-pad on it. The overall design is inspired by the GameCube, but it still feels modern. Now let's talk about the feature. The NYXI Warrior has a lot of them. So first of all effect joystick, no drift, better precision. Adjustable trigger, you can set them to short or long travel. Gyroscope, HD rumble, turbo mode, and programmable back button. It works via Bluetooth 2.4 GHz and USB-C wired, so it's a very flexible controller. And shows up as a Pro controller also when you're playing on the Switch and Steam. The only thing this controller is missing, you don't have the NFC for Amiibo, but that's not a big deal for me and I think for most of the people. Now let's talk about performance. It connects fast on the Switch. I tested with Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I did a couple of Super Smash Bros. Game and Mario Kart. The sticks, triggers, and gyro all work perfectly, but there's the issue. The ABXY button uses the GameCube layout, which is very different from the Switch. In Zelda, I keep pressing the wrong button. You can remap them in the Switch setting, but it's still hard to get used to. And it's pretty much the same thing on PC. It works great. You can use it wired or wireless. Steam recognizes it and the button were smooth and responsive. But again, if you're playing modern game, it can be tricky because of the layout of the button. I also tested on the GameCube with the dongle. It worked perfectly, and honestly, it remembered me my old Wavebird controller that I really liked. It's a bit heavier, and also the battery is not the same. And talk about the battery, it's not that great. You can do like 10 hours with it, so honestly it does the job. I also did some tests on my Android phone. It works just fine with RetroArch, so it can be a nice controller if you're doing emulation on your PC or other devices. My experience with it, I used the NYXI Warrior for weeks and it's excellent for retro gaming and emulator. On PC, it's a strong option with no complaint. And it's pretty much the same thing on the Switch. It really depends on what games you play. If you play modern games, the button layout might annoy you for real. But for GameCube-style game or platformer, it's super fun and comfortable. And I really like to play Super Smash Bros. With this controller because each time they release a new Super Smash Bros. On a Nintendo console, I always buy the GameCube controller for it because I just can't play that game with the Pro controller. So now let's talk about pros and cons. For the pros, you're getting some nice all-effect stick with no drift, strong build quality, its multi-platform support also is great, it's a great retro design, programmable buttons and adjustable triggers, and it's super comfortable and responsive. I really like those micro switches. For the cons, the GameCube button layout is really hard to adjust for modern game. The battery is okay. No NFC for Amiibo, and the D-pad feel might not be for everyone. In my case, I kind of like it, but I know some people will complain because it's not a proper directional cross. So my final thought, should you buy the NYXI Warrior? Yes, but not for everyone. If you love retro gaming or want a pro controller with extra feature and a GameCube style, I think it's a great choice. For me, it's a 8 on 10. But if you mainly play new Switch game, you might find the button layout too confusing, and also pretty much the same thing for the PC. For me, it's a great pick for retro fans, emulator players, or anyone who missed the GameCube days or the GameCube controllers. So great for retro, but not ideal for everyday modern games. So that's about it, guys. If you have any questions, just comment in the YouTube section. I will try to help you the best that I can. I try for more than 50 controller for the past year, so don't hesitate to ask a question. And be safe. Peace, everyone.